This is a demonstration of a reading using symbols. So for this demonstration, I'm going to use the Lightseers Tarot. This is a very popular tarot deck. It's quite modern, it's quite bright and colourful, and it's quite a good size as well. This is a little bit easier to shuffle with. It's quite long, but they're narrow cards, and they've got some really good imagery, some really bright colours, and lots of symbols. Hence, I'm using it for this demonstration. So I am going to pull some cards for David. David has come to me for a reading about his finances. So when it comes to money readings, it might be that you ask David, okay, well, what do you want to know? Why have you come to me to talk about finances? What is it that you're looking for? And he says, I just want some guidance and advice because I'm a bit upset and I just want to know what I need to do about money. What do I need to know about money and my financial situation? So what I would do for the first card, and again, I'm going to pull three just because I like the number 3. I often pull 3 cards and I just feel drawn to, I feel like you can get quite a lot of information out of 3 cards, and I'm going to lay them next to each other like I've done with the other readings, and I'm going to ask, what is David doing with his money? What is he, how is he behaving? What's happening for him with his finances? And what does he need to know? What's the guidance? What does he need to know about money and the situation he's in? Okay. So we're looking at symbolism for this card, for these cards. So the first one here, you can see this card. So on this card, you've actually got the person is here and they're looking into a mirror, but the mirror image isn't representing or isn't reflecting what they're like. Now, this person hasn't got a blindfold on. This person's hands aren't bound and they're not tied up. But when they look in the mirror, that's what they're seeing. So that suggests that the person, so David, who's come for a reading, sorry, is perceiving that he is tied up. He's perceiving that he can't see a way out because he's blindfolded and his hands are bound, but actually that's not the situation because we can see that he is represented by this person here. Now, the perception he has of being trapped, tied, bound, stuck, that's how he feels. That's the energy he's in. Even if it's not true, even if actually he is free to move, that's how he's perceiving his situation. He's stuck. Now, when I look at these blackbirds here, blackbirds mean different things to me depending on where they appear in a reading and also how I feel at the time. My intuition is telling me that in this reading, the blackbirds are here as a bit of a warning. Sometimes when I see blackbirds in my life, that's what they come to represent. Sometimes it's change and transformation, and sometimes it's a warning. So I feel with this card, the blackbirds are representing warning. They're warning him against being stuck in this feeling of I'm trapped, I'm stuck, I can't move forward, I can't see a way out because I'm blindfolded. I would remind David that that's not the case. There is a way out. You feel like this, but that's not the truth and it's not the reality of what's happening. But these birds around you are showing up as a warning, because if you feel stuck and trapped, that's what you're going to experience, because the law of attraction will bring us what we're feeling on the inside, and that will be represented by what's happening in our external life. So if you keep feeling like I'm stuck, I'm trapped, I can't do anything, I've got no money, and that's how you keep affirming that situation to yourself, that you're stuck and you're trapped, then that's what you're going to continue to experience. You need to break free of this. You need to take the blindfold off and break free of all this. This looks quite flimsy as well. I mean, it's not like this person's chained up. This looks quite flimsy. You know, you can easily break free of these binds that you think are around you. So that's what I would get straight away from the card for David. I'm just going to see if I can get anything more. So what I'm seeing clairvoyantly is him wandering around in the dark. What he's doing, he's walking around in a dark room and he's looking really confused and quite worried and quite lost, but all he has to do is switch the light on and he'll see everything that's around him. So that's what I'm getting. Really, that just reiterates and reconfirms what I've seen in the cards, that image that my spirit guides have shown me. So he really is feeling like he can't see a way out, but there is one. This card here, what I'm getting is, so you can see with the lady in the card, she is clutching this purse here. I can see it's a purse because of the clasp at the top, and if there's coins written on the purse here, drawn on them. So this is like her money. So I'm going to say this is David, and he is clutching onto his money for dear life at the moment. He's got both hands on it. He's not letting it go. But look at this person. This person has their eyes closed. They're not looking. They're like refusing to see what's happening. And even the fact she's looking to one side, it's like if I was stood in front of her talking to her saying, your situation's not as bad as you think. It's as if she said no and she's turned her head and refusing to look at me. So he is refusing to listen to other people as well. This is what I'm getting, the feeling I'm getting from this card. He's got his eyes shut. He's not looking. He's not listening. He's clutching onto his money for dear life. But look at this card. There's nothing that suggests that the situation is actually that bad. We've got a beautiful sky in the background here with light white fluffy clouds. It looks like the sun's out. It's a beautiful day. Look at all the things this person's wearing, all the jewellery they've got. This isn't somebody that's struggling for money. This is somebody that's doing quite well for themselves. So I would reiterate that to him and say, it doesn't feel like you're actually really as bad off as you think. It's all in your mind. It's this perception that you're stuck and you're trapped and you're hanging on to your money. But the more you hang on to it, you're kind of living in fear of losing it. And that's something that you need to break out of. That sort of habit of, I don't want to spend any money, I'm going to hold on to it, stops the flow. Money needs to flow in, but it needs to flow out as well. We need to have that balance when it comes to money. And if we're just bringing it in and hanging on to it for dear life, we're more likely to lose it because it's unbalanced. And actually, funnily enough, that's exactly what I get from this card here. So this card is showing there's a sword here that the lady's holding, and she's got two items here that are both, if you look, they are exactly the same. One isn't lower than the other. There's balance here with what she's holding. So this, I'm feeling this is like this is what you need to do card. You need to do less of this, let go of this holding on to it for dear life, bring in a little bit of balance, let the money flow in, let the money flow out. Don't worry about it so much. You know, it isn't perhaps as bad as you think it is. Again, this isn't a negative card. There's a lovely sky here. She looks quite happy, but there needs to be balance. And the sword here as well. Swords can be very strong symbols. For me, it's cutting stuff out. It can be change. It can be cutting stuff up. So I would say that is maybe cut out things that you feel trapped and bound to that you don't need. When you feel like you've got all these things you're bound to financially, are you subscribing to things that you don't need anymore? Are you sending money to places that really you shouldn't be sending it? Sometimes it's a really good idea to review our financial situation. Look at all the things we've got going out of our account every month and review them. Do you really need all the stuff that you've got going out? Can you find cheaper versions? Can you switch providers? Are there things you can do to cut out things that are making your financial situation worse? So that sword for me is really jumping out as being something very, very prominent in this card in terms of the guidance I'm getting for David. Find some balance, cut out the stuff that is holding you back, and try not to hang on to your money for dear life because you're actually making the situation worse. And also take the blindfold off. There is a way out of this situation. You only need to turn the light on and the dark will go away. So all of the stuff that I've been feeling and the things that I've been shown by my spirit guides come together beautifully with this reading to be able to give David some really good practical advice on how he can improve his financial situation.